You won't believe what two former NBA stars said about Megan Thee Stallion, and how Klay Thompson just clapped back. It all started when two former NBA players, Patrick Beverley and Jason White Chocolate Williams, decided to talk about Klay Thompson's recent slump on their Hoopin N Hollerin podcast. But instead of sticking to basketball, they took it somewhere way more personal. Williams made a crude old saying, basically implying that a woman's power could drag a battleship across a desert, and then hinted that Klay's girlfriend, Megan Thee Stallion, might be the reason his game has fallen off. Patrick Beverley laughed along, turning it into a joke. That clip went viral instantly. Fans were shocked. People couldn't believe two retired NBA veterans were talking about a woman, a Grammy-winning artist, like that. For Klay, it wasn't just about basketball anymore. Imagine hearing people disrespect the woman you care about, on a public podcast with millions of views. And instead of ignoring it, he did what most players wouldn't, he fired back publicly. But what he said next didn't just defend Megan, it made headlines everywhere. Within hours of that podcast clip going viral, Klay Thompson saw it, and he didn't hold back. He jumped straight into the Instagram comments, and dropped one of the most talked about replies of the week. He wrote, "Referring to my girlfriend as a P*Y is so disgusting and disturbing. Especially from someone who played in the NBA. How would y'all feel if I spoke about your wives like that?" That one comment, boom, it set the internet on fire. Fans flooded the post, backing Klay up and calling his response pure class. Even people who don't usually care about basketball were reposting it, saying, "This is how you defend your woman." And while some trolls tried to double down on the joke, the majority sided with Klay, praising him for standing up, not just for Megan but for respect. Because in a league full of trash talk and ego, Klay reminded everyone that there's a line you just don't cross. But the timing of it all. That's what made the whole situation even crazier. See, what most people didn't realize, is that this all happened while Klay was already under fire. The Dallas Mavericks were struggling hard. A 3-9 start, Luka Doncic out, Kyrie injured, and Klay. He'd just been benched for the first time in years. His numbers were down, his confidence was slipping, and critics were circling like sharks, saying his career was over. So when those podcast hosts joked that Megan Thee Stallion was the reason for his slump, it hit different. It wasn't just disrespectful to Megan, it felt like the world was kicking him when he was already down. But instead of spiraling, Klay did something that reminded everyone why he's still one of the most respected names in the game. He chose class over chaos. No cursing. No rant. Just a sharp, honest response that shut down the noise. Because sometimes, the way you defend the people you love says more about you than your stats ever could. And that's when fans realized, this wasn't about basketball anymore. It was about character. Maybe Klay's jump shot isn't falling right now, but when it comes to loyalty and class. He just hit a shot from half court. In a world where athletes go viral for drama and scandals, Klay went viral for something way rarer, respect. He didn't defend himself. He defended her. And that's what fans loved, not just the fire in his comment, but the heart behind it. Because sure, stats fade, and highlight reels get forgotten. But the way you treat people, especially when the world's watching, that's what lasts forever. And for Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion, this might just be the strongest duo off the court.